This is Jordan Smotherman with Mountain Athlete and Military Athlete. We're going to talk about the Power Clean right now. The Power Clean is a total body Olympic movement that we use to develop power. Power is force times velocity. Force is the weight that we have on the bar. The velocity is how fast we move the bar. We want to be able to control both, but whenever we're coaching it for our purposes, because we're not worried about the numbers in the gym, we want you to be able to move the bar faster, more than we want you to be able to move more weight. So I'm going to show you what 3 power cleans look like, and then we're going to break down the movement a little bit. So let's come over here and look at the movement. Look at the 3 different parts of the movement. When we coach the Power Clean, we're talking about 3 different parts: the pull, the scoop, and the catch. First of all, again, it's a total body Olympic movement. So this lift is one of the best for developing muscle recruitment throughout the body. Second, our focus is on power. Again, power is force times velocity, and our velocity is how fast we're moving the bar. And this is really what we want to emphasize. The higher the bar speed, the more power that you're going to generate. So let's talk about the pull. The pull is a squeeze off of the deck. It's not you're not going to jerk it right off the deck right from the outset. One thing to make sure that you're doing whenever you squeeze it off the deck is settling back on your heels. Whenever I was performing it, you probably saw me rock back just a little bit. That gets my weight on my heels so I can squeeze it off the deck, what is essentially a deadlift. The second part of the movement is the scoop. The scoop starts just right above the knees. Whenever the bar gets here, then what I'm going to do is explode my hips forward by flexing my butt. So my hips are going to come forward as hard as they can. At the same time, I'm going to shrug my shoulders to my ears, get them high, keeping my arms straight, my elbows extended. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is get a triple extension. What we mean by triple extension is full extension of your ankles, knees, and hips. So you'll be like this all the way up. Whenever you get to the triple extension, then you want to try to pull the bar to your ears, keeping the bar close to your chest. What we like to tell our athletes is, imagine that the center of the bar is attached to a zipper on your jacket. You have to zip up your jacket. You can't zip up the jacket if the bar is floating really far out. The third part is the catch. On the catch, 2 things are happening. The first thing is you're getting your elbows through so that they're pointing at the opposite wall. Elbows high. And then the second thing is you're going to catch it in a quarter squat. The Power Clean, you're going to catch it right here with your elbows through. All right, so we're not coming down. You're not going to come all the way down to a full squat. That's a squat. So what we see in a lot of our athletes, some common problems that we see in a lot of our athletes, especially new athletes, is first of all just slow bar movement. They're not used to just getting a barbell to move fast. They're too timid with it. It's a piece of iron. You can be as aggressive as you want with it. Now in the pull phase, some common problems that we see are bent elbows. So right from the get-go, they're bending their elbows here, okay? Or they'll come up here and they'll try to as they squeeze it off the deck, they'll try to go ahead and start muscling it up with their upper body. The second thing is they jerk the bar off the deck. Instead of squeezing it off the deck, they'll sort of, here, let me come over here and show you what that looks like. When we say jerk off the deck, it kind of looks like this. They'll come here and they'll get down and they'll go like this. That's putting your back in jeopardy. It's just a squeeze off the deck. All of the bar speed is going to come from the hip thrust forward. And then the other thing that they do is their weight is forward. So the weight's on the ball or their feet are on their toes. They're not sinking back onto their heels. Some common problems that we see with the scoop are that they bend their elbows without any hip extension. So they get here and they'll just try to muscle it up with their shoulders to right here. And you can see they're not moving their hips really at all. They're not getting that extension that we want. Another thing that they'll do is just reverse curl it. They'll get it here and they'll just try to just reverse curl the bar up till their elbows are up. The third thing is no shrug. They're not pinning their shoulders to their ears on the scoop up. And then finally the catch. Some of the athletes who are stronger when they're coming into the gym, they'll just muscle it up and they won't catch it with bent legs. So they'll just muscle it here and just catch it straight-legged. And then finally, they'll catch with their elbows right here. They have a death grip on the bar. They're not letting their thumbs release and then getting their elbows up. Another method that we use to address issues with the power clean is to do the hang power clean. The hang power clean forces you to generate a lot of velocity on the bar with your hips from the hang position. There is no opportunity for you to jerk it off the deck. So anytime we say hang, the hang position is always from your hips. So this is the hang position. It starts at your hips, and then you will push your butt back and hinge your chest forward, knees bent, so that you're in this position here. Now you can see that I have a lot of potential to thrust my hips forward, as opposed to a dip, which is like this. Here, now I've squatted down and my butt is back, but I don't have any opportunity to really throw my hips forward and get the bar moving up. So let's look at what a hang clean looks like. A hang power clean. So the push down is quick. Starts here, quick push, quarter squat. Again, quick push, quarter squat. All the movements are the same, the scoop and the catch. So I'm shrugging my shoulders high, I'm catching my elbows are getting through. So this is a way that we can, it's a simple movement, and it's a way that we can generate a lot of force with the hips, because it gives the athlete less of an opportunity to jerk it off of the deck and just muscle it up. So that's the power clean and the hang power clean.